r/AskReddit, what is the worst advice you ever received? If you work hard and do what you're told no matter what, you'll be successful. Turns out that's something authority figures tell you, so you don't challenge their authority or try to improve beyond them. Facts. My mother told me to announce that I was deeply ashamed of having schizophrenia to my family. I didn't. Why would you be ashamed of something you have no control over? My younger brother was just diagnosed with schizophrenia. It's been extremely hard on my whole family, but especially him. If my mother ever told him to do some shit like that, I would genuinely never forgive her. I'm glad you didn't listen. I'm glad you didn't. There's no reason to be ashamed. You're young, you have time. That time goes super fast. Then one day you find, 10 years have got behind you, no one told you when to run, you missed the starting gun. Then suddenly you're too old to do anything. Don't go to bed angry. Rest brings clarity to an angry mind. Don't do anything if you can't do it right the first time. A favorite of my mother. Guess who never starts a single task from fear of failure? That's so true, sometimes best to sleep it off tbh. Family friend of mine confidently told me that if you want to get hired you need to walk in and ask someone for an interview and then show up early to show you have gumption. I told them this is a good way to ensure the company will never hire you and escort you off the premises. I got told I'm lazy and have a bad attitude about job hunting. This would have been decent advice 60 years ago though. My mom told me that if a man thinks you're going to have sex with him, you have to. It's rude to get his hopes and then let him down. Another gem from my mom: if you get pulled over, just offer to show the cop your tits. Most of the time, they don't even make you. I had a mother like that, who solely cared about validity and attention from men. Eat a low-fat, high-carb diet. TBF, this was the standard advice given to everyone in the US at least. Led to me gaining a lot of weight. Your cravings can increase a lot when you don't have enough fat or protein to stabilize your blood sugar levels. Our kid used to co-sleep with us. While trying to work on getting her to sleep on her own, we were venting to my husband's sister and she told us we should just have sex in front of our kid to traumatize her out of sleeping with us. We did not do that. Stop what mfeu. Buddy, that's a crime. I feel like she tricked you because Shurel, that's how you get yourself out of ever babysitting. The fuck? Then how are you ever supposed to get better? That I need to suck up with all the bad things because good things will eventually come, it didn't. They will come. Psychologist, you have to allow your 15-year-old daughter to continue to date the 19-year-old criminal who just took her across 3 state lines for a week and a half without your knowledge or permission. This has to be satire, right? That is the worst advice I have ever heard, and coming from a therapist, yikes. Hope your daughter ended up being okay in the end. You don't need a lawyer, I have one for both of us, that way it's cheaper and we will get the parenting plan wrapped up and divorce finalized. Crushed. It worked for me and my ex. But neither of us were trying to fuck the other. We drafted the agreements together, my lawyer wrote it up, we reviewed it, and the judge put his seal on it. It's fine to let your intrusive thoughts take over sometimes. That's not just bad, it's dangerous. If this was interview advice, there's so many old men I would have spontaneously made out with. My stepmom, bless her heart, after anyone goes through a breakup always says the same thing: sleep with all his friends. That's what I did. I'd like to think she's joking. Who the parents told you this? YOLO. Sometimes it's true, but you shouldn't jump off a cliff 821 meters high to dive on water. The amount of people that died and never got to see the face of a second life following this dumbass advice. I think for cats it's YOL9X. Resident at the ER told me that my broken bone was a pulled muscle and to stretch it every day. Thankfully we didn't take that advice and it turned out okay. I had a school nurse say I was faking my elbow hurting. She wouldn't call my mom, said I had to be lying. Turns out I dislocated my elbow. The nurse gave me the advice of suck it up, it's not that bad. That's what foundation is for. My mom, commenting on a bruise on my face. Oh no. If she's joking, I like her. If she's not. From my dad, never turn down a battle assignment, there is always someone behind you willing to outwork you for less money. Meaning, do whatever your boss asks of you, even if it means being overworked, underpaid, not taking PTO, work weekends, holidays, and do whatever it takes. Took me years to realize how bad that advice was. I got this too, but more toxic and racist. I got never ask for help, because it means you can't do your job, and they'll fire you and hire the Mexican that will do your job for less money. Oh, you'll feel different about having kids around when they're your own. My mother, after I vented to her about stepchildren problems, which were actually caused by their parents, one of which is now my ex, not the young kids themselves. Anyway yeah, no. Follow your heart. Nah man, my heart be deceiving me. Right, my heart clearly has an awful sense of direction. Maybe time to see what dat brain do. Basically just man up and stop making up excuses. By my boomer parents, when at that point I had been basically suffering from undiagnosed major depression for a few years and also had undiagnosed ADHD. When I was getting sexually harassed, another friend told me to take it as a compliment. Whoa. Don't even know what to say about this one. Hopefully it's a former friend. That is so gross. The most recent was in Beth Frankel's IG post where she tells people to reach out to people they have complicated relationships with BC her mom died. Hey, I'm one of your stepmom's ex-husband's friends. She slept with all of his other friends but she forgot about me. Can you have her call me? Yeah. There's some people I don't speak with anymore. And it's that way for good reason. You should ask people on Reddit for advice. If you want to party at a music festival and do drugs, just go off your meds and get back on them when it's over. I got that advice from a nurse and I'm still picking up my life almost 2 years later after I stupidly listened. She said that's what her sister did for Burning Man every year, so it's fine because it worked for her. I wish she never told me that. When my friends got married, my aunt told me not to bother the married couple. They wanted to start a life together and didn't need a single friend hanging out as a third wheel bothering them. I put distance between myself and many friends because I didn't want to interfere in their lives. I went to a foot doctor because my walk is improper, and I suspected very strongly from the shape of my foot, a genetic issue by the way, that I required arch support. The advice I was given by this medical professional was just walk heel to toe. Put salt on my canker sore to get rid of it. I get cankers often and they grow quite large. Not only did it burn like nothing I've ever felt before, it made my canker worse. She's not joking. Are you sure you want to change careers? You won't even be using your degree. In the nearly 6 years since I changed careers, I paid off my student loan, got a brand new car and tripled my salary. Glad I ignored the outside noise and bet on myself. What did you used to do? What did you change to?
Hey guys, it's Reddit Glitch. Thanks for watching to the end of the video. I just wanted to ask you guys to hit the subscribe button because according to my statistics, 98.8% of my viewers are not subscribed, which I think you should subscribe because it's free and we're going to have a lot more bangers in the future, so subscribe. Again, thanks for watching. Bye.